Speaking about the United States, it is very likely that what is stated by the current leadership of the United States will be implemented. These are not just words, because the President of the United States does have the required mechanisms, unlike how it was in his 45th term. Now it's 47th. The President has the ability to implement what he says, in particular the concentration of greater attention of the United States on issues related to their continent, the Americas, both North and South, and the so-called third echelon of defense in the Pacific, where I also do not see these plans changing much. Of course, there will be a certain global interest, but the concentration of efforts will be there, plus the Middle East. We should not be surprised by this. In fact, the concept of countering China has been in place for a long time and is being implemented by this government as well. What is important? Tactical actions are important. The strategy was known. There is a problem of understanding tactical actions, and in this regard, the European Union, after the speech of the US Vice President at the Munich conference, realized that it urgently needs to look for its own solutions in the field of security and defense. And now, I will tell you, for us to understand how belated the reaction of the European Union is, I want to remind you that at one time the Western European Union was created without the United States, which was an analog of NATO, and as a result of all the efforts of European countries to unite and create a common defense enterprises, and find a common solution to the nuclear umbrella, eventually it all resulted in the fact that these organizations ceased to exist. Therefore, the conclusion is that Europe is not yet ready to deal with the issue of financing all orders. 60% plus are American investments in Europe, and close the issues with even certain types of weapons, starting with strategic aviation aircraft, ending with specific means of communication, which is surprising. And, for example, the same space assets, in which Europe is significantly behind its competitors, the United States, and we also need to keep a close eye on China, because China is building up its capabilities.